Hi, I'm Kelly from the Active Cumbria team, and today I'd like to talk to you about physical activity. You won't need any equipment, just a chair. First of all, why physical activity? Well, being physically active on a regular basis can bring about many benefits for both your mental and physical well-being. When we talk about physical activity, this comes in all shapes and sizes. It's not just about team sports, gym classes, or going for a run, but more on that in a little while. So, in terms of the benefits, first of all, from a mental well-being, we know that when we do physical activity, our bodies release endorphins, i.e., our happy hormones, which in turn help us to feel better in mood, reducing our stress and anxiety levels, whilst also giving us more energy. Physical activity can also help us to sleep better. Studies have shown that regular physical activity can reduce the likelihood of experiencing a period of depression. From a physical perspective, it can help us strengthen your heart and lungs, improve your balance and muscular strength, and also increase your flexibility and mobility, all of which help to reduce the risk of many long-term conditions, including type 2 diabetes, coronary heart disease and stroke, and even some cancers. But thinking a bit more specifically about diabetes, physical activity has been shown to improve HbA1c levels and also reduce the risk of diabetes complications by managing blood pressure levels. These are just a few examples. Now, I don't just want you to take my word for it, as I'd like you to listen to one of the stars from the Sport England We Are Undefeatable campaign. Here's his story.
I love dancing. I'm sorry, I'm old. People tell me, oh my God, you are old. No, I'm not. My name is Zahoor. They call me Harry because Bukhari is my surname. And I had the type 2 diabetes. I was diagnosed around about 24 years ago. I used to play cricket, I used to play volleyball. I was very good in volleyball as well, and basketball. But when you go into the office and sit on your chair and computer in front of you, and then you sit and say, all right, we have a good day, let's go out and have a really slap-up dinner. I was eating, whatever comes in front of me, and tasty food, things like that. And there I put my guard down. Now this is the time that I got to think and I got to do something very, very, very serious. You educate yourself. You got to broaden your mind and learn about the condition. The exercise, being active, are very good for my condition. I have seen so many videos on the YouTube. I go on the Google and see that. I learn from that and I adopt that in my life and take control of diabetes. I switch on my music and I let myself go. If you're lying down watching your TV, switch off TV and then start raising your hand and your legs and stretching yourself, and that can be done inside the house. Walk is the other thing. Take a walk. Of course, you will have a little bit of tiredness, but I do bear in mind what are my capabilities and how far I can go. You should do what you love to do. That will give you the energy inside because you like it. And the kids, involve them. They are the people. They are the people around me. So I decided to take control, and I had decided that I will do everything which I could to live a bit longer and have that happiness and give them the company as well as a granddad.
So, how can you make a change? Well, here's a few tips to get you started. Try to get up and move more during the day. Why not get up on the hour, every hour? Stretch your legs, move regularly around the house, even try going for a walk. We should all try to minimise the amount of time we spend sitting. Try small bursts of activity. Even 10 minutes of activity that gets you warm and slightly out of breath can make a difference. Build those 10-minute blocks up over the course of the day, because before you know it, you could be doing 30 minutes a day. Think about the ways to get your heart pumping and your body moving whilst at home. Try marching on the spot while watching TV, play some of your favourite tunes and dance around the house, or try an online class if you fancy a little bit of company. You don't have to take part in structured sports or activities. Physical activity is about all those ways to build activity into your day-to-day lifestyle. Think gardening, think walking, anything that just gets your body moving. Also, it doesn't matter what you do, it's just about doing something. The most important thing is to find something you enjoy. Start slowly and work your way up so that you gradually increase the amount of activity that you do. And finally, use whatever you have to hand. You don't need any equipment to stay active. You can use your own body weight for squats or press-ups, or go and find a couple of tins of beans if you want to follow an online workout. Now, after listening to all that, if you're feeling ready to try some activity for yourself, here we have a short seated Pilates session, courtesy of Together We.
Hi everybody, so today we're going to be doing a Pilates chair session. All you need to get is a chair that's got no sides on it ideally and that's secure. We're going to start off with a warm up and then we're going to be doing 2 sequences of movement and then we're going to finish off with a cool down and a stretch all on the chair. You don't need any equipment but your chair. Okay, so to start off with, we need to make sure that we're seated in the active chair position. What that means is that we are seated with both our sitting bones against the chair or both firm bum cheeks completely against the chair. We've got a nice strong back, our shoulder blades are down and our skirt tucked in and our scapula's tucked in. We're going to hold onto the sides of the chair if we need to, and we're going to make sure that our legs are hip width apart, okay? At this point, if we focus on our centrum, which is one of our Pilates principles, so if we imagine bringing our abdominals in towards our spine, keeping our back nice and straight, core nice and tight. First movements that we're going to do is a knee lift, okay? So a knee lift up. So what I want you to do is the leg goes up, then comes back down. What I want you to try and imagine is that the ankle joint is in line with the knee joint. So you're just going straight up and back down again, okay? We'll repeat about 8 times on each leg, so we'll do each leg of them. We're then going to go and flow into our next movement, which is our leg out and coming back again. Leg coming out and back again. So we come up into that knee lift, then leg goes straight out. I'm making sure that it stays in line with my hip joint as I lift it up. And then come down and come back again, okay? Third movement in this sequence of movement is hip abduction. So I'm going to bring it out and bring it straight, and then I'm going to abduct to the side and I'm going to come back again. My hips stay facing forward, I still maintain active seated position. Hold onto the chair if you need some extra security. And I'm going straight out. I always keep my leg in line with my hip joint. Okay, let's get started on those movements. Get yourself in that active seated position. We'll do 8 of everything. Starting off with the leg lift firstly. So we'll do one leg and then we'll repeat to the other leg, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Change the legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, this time we're going to go our leg up and out, back and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Change your legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, abduction, getting back in your active chair position, leg goes up straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I'm going to put a reminder card. Okay, so our second cycle of movements is that we're going to be doing rotation of the hip joint, okay, which is circumduction of the hip joint. We're going to do that in a few different ways. We're still in the active seated position, so you'll notice that my back isn't against the chair, about halfway onto the chair, that my legs are held in hip width apart. I'm sitting evenly on my sitting bones, I've got my shoulders back and down, and you can hold onto the chair if you want to. Personally, I prefer my hands out to the front. So the first movement that we're going to do is a rotation of the leg, okay? So it's a very small rotation, and you'll notice that I'm going a very small circle, and I've pointed my toe slightly. If you imagine that you're painting a picture with your toe, and you're doing small circles, it makes it a little bit easier. So that's the first one, which is a small rotational circle. We're going to do 5 on each leg. We're then going to change directions and go 5 on the opposite side. And then our third movement will be a wider circle, okay? We'll stay in one direction this time, and then we'll do it on the other side in the same direction, okay? Ready? So get yourself into an active seated position. Please remember that when you're lifting your legs, you want it to be up at hip height if you can. If you need to drop it down, that's absolutely fine, but it will not be in alignment. It might be that you haven't got the strength to be able to keep it up, which is fine, okay? Ready? Hands out, leg up, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Big circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And change your legs. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change directions. 2, 3, 4, 5. Big circle. 2, 3, 4, 5. Leg goes down. I'm going to pause the video there, and I want you to repeat these up to 3 times in total. What I want you to do is bring one of your legs out, reaching down to the back of your legs so you can feel it along your hamstrings. Hold in for 7 to 15 seconds to maintain our flexibility, or up to 30 seconds to increase flexibility. Remember, Pilates is a strengthening and conditioning workout, but we can also work on our flexibility, and sometimes some of the moves intertwine with flexibility training as well. Okay, if you can, you're going to turn to the side, bring your leg up behind you. You want to have your leg out, or if you need to, you can hold onto your shoe, you can hold onto your pant leg, whatever's best. And you're going to pull it up behind you so you can feel it in the front of your leg. We're going to change sides so you can see it on the other side. So the leg behind you and pull it up on the other leg. We're going to stretch the areas we've worked today, which is all of our lower body rather than upper body. Okay, what I want you to do, bring your feet up if you can, bring your soles together and pushing down on your knees, cores nice and tight. So this is a really great exercise to do, so you can do Pilates on a chair if you don't have much room at home. And yeah, it can be done anywhere. You can also do it on a sofa, but sometimes it can get difficult on certain movements. Okay, legs are going down. What I want you to do is bring your leg up, and we're going to hold it towards the ankle, lift it up. If you struggle to hold it with your neck, you can bring it up towards underneath the knee joint, but I want you to be aware that you're not pulling the knee joint and you're not putting too much pressure on it or straightening it out. Changing sides, and you're going to go for the same thing on the opposite side, and hold it, hold onto the ankle and hold.
So I hope you enjoyed the taster session, and if you'd like more information and ideas on how to stay active, please visit one of the websites mentioned below for inspiration.